JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 12th of November 2020, so welcome everyone. Welcome to this Thursday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos. And of course, our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. Feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. Now, jumping into the charts. Now, the first one I want to pick up here is Nikkei 225. Yesterday we had a bit of a problem here with the chart, but now it seems that everything's kind of fixed. Basically, the Nikkei continues to rally, and well, look at this beautiful move here. The index had a good run here to the upside. It is already closed, but yeah, it had a good run to the upside. It did retrace slightly lower a little bit later after it closed, basically somewhere around here right now, near the 25,370 zone, right, somewhere around here. But basically, of course, we'll keep an eye on this one. It's going to be quite interesting to see what's going to happen here, because again, the steep up move here, that's great for the bulls. I mean, but however, how far can this continue rallying? Now, what I'm going to look at here for now is probably I'm going to take a look at this level here, this 25,254 territory. If this area continues to provide good support, then we might see a nice rebound and a push higher towards this 26,017 level. And I've mentioned to you guys previously that that level here on the top, the 26,017 mark, is the highest point of June of 1991, guys. So that's how far we've traveled. Of course, it's not the all-time high still, because the all-time high is way up there. Let me just jump into a monthly chart and then we'll have a look at this ourselves. So that's the all-time high here. I mean, it's roughly around that 39,260 territory. So basically, as you can see, we're quite far here, but yeah, we're now testing these levels of 1991, and then we'll take it from there, guys. For now, basically, long story short, yes, this could continue rallying, but again, don't get me wrong, at some point it has to come down. For now, we're not really seeing that reversal signal yet, so that's why be very careful with those shorts. But if it suddenly starts dropping back below this 25,254 territory, we might go for a bit of a correction mode, for a bit of correction to the downside. And initially, then I'll target the 24,448 territory or the 21-day EMA. But if it starts dropping below the 21-day EMA, now this is where we could start looking at some even lower areas. But at the moment, guys, basically, long story short, keep your eyes on this 25,254 territory. Just a quick reminder of what that level is. That level is the highest point of November of I think it's November. I think, yes, no, it's November. 25,254, guys. This is the one that I'm talking about. So it's actually right here. So that's the highest point of October 1991. There we go. Managed to get this one right. So if the price remains above that area, somewhere above that area, then yes, that's great news. I mean, we could see another push higher, maybe, like I said, aiming for that 26,017 zone. But yeah, keep your eyes on this one. Let's see if it breaks or not. Shanghai Composite. So the index drifted lower today. It closed in the red a little bit here. I think yeah, it closed already. Yes, so it closed in the red a little bit. However, everything's still according to the plan that I talked about recently, guys. So the plan was that if the price somehow drops back below the 3,368 territory right here, then maybe we could go for a bit of a correction here. This is the arrow that I've drawn earlier, so basically I'll just shift it a little bit here to the right. If this area here, this 3,326 zone continues to provide good support, then we might see a nice reversal and a push higher, especially if the price gets back above the 3,368 territory right here, then yes, higher levels here could be met. But at the moment, it is how it is, guys. For now, the question, can it actually rebound from here and travel back to the upside? For now, I'm going to keep an eye on this idea, but if it suddenly starts dropping below the 21-day EMA right here, then maybe yes, I'll consider a bit of a larger correction here to the downside towards this upside support line taken from the low of the 19th of March. The German index, the DAX. Yesterday, the index failed to continue moving higher. It did close in the positive territory. However, it didn't really reach the current highest point of this week near the 13,297 level. So in order to aim for higher levels, we need to see a nice, good, strong push above that area in order, like I said, in order to get a little bit more comfortable with the upside scenario. For now, we're not really getting that. And actually, let me just have a look at the cash index on the German DAX. Yes, the price is currently trading at around 13,155 mark, basically below yesterday's close. So that's why, guys, be very careful. All this area right here could be often a little bit neutral for us. However, if you're looking for something very short term, what you could keep an eye on is this high of the 12th of October, or in other words, the highest point of October. A nice good drop below it may open the door towards slightly lower areas, guys. And this level here is the 13,152 territory, where, by the way, the index is currently stuck at. The cash index I'm talking about. If it drops below this, then yep, we could go for a bit of a corrective move here to the downside. But in order to get a little bit more comfortable with lower areas, well, I would like to see to see a drop below this 12,842 territory right here, and then aim for some downside. So for now, be very careful with that. Now DXY, the dollar index is pushing higher. However, it's still struggling with this 21-day EMA. I talked about this yesterday. This yellow line here is continuing to provide good resistance. So in other words, guys, for now, be very careful. If we do get a nice move above it, wonderful. We'll start aiming for the 93.55 territory, but a break above that level is kind of the more convenient level for us. So that's why we will be very careful. And for now, guys, we will, like I said, target higher levels if we get a push at least above the 21-day EMA here. But we'll get a little bit more comfortable with the upside scenario if we get a break above the 93.55 level. In terms of the downside, the drop below the 92.24 level is required in order to consider some downside. Now, gold. Gold is at a very interesting spot here. So basically, what we could see here is a potential bearish flag forming, and basically, if that's going to be the case, then all eyes are on this 1860 level that I keep talking about, and basically that level. This level, a break of this level could open the door towards lower areas. So yep, we're, like I said, at a very interesting spot right now. Let's be very careful with this, but yep, everything's looking a little bit more to the downside for this commodity, and let's see how this is going to play out today. But yep, it could be quite interesting. Brent oil. So Brent oil reversed back down yesterday. However, it remained above this the high of the 18th of September near the 43.78 territory, or actually it did drop fractionally, but it's basically now stalling near this area. Of course, some of you might see this as a potential kind of a shooting star here, or yeah, a pin bar, if you want to call it this way. So So yep, let's see how, of course, how this is going to play out. But again, it might be that this could signal us a bit of a reversal here, a short-term reversal. But again, let's be on a careful side here. Let's be on well, yeah, let's be on a safe side, to be honest, a little bit, because again, we don't want to get caught out here, and well, I mean, it could continue moving higher if the price remains above the 200-day EMA here, guys. I mean, this is, like I said, I don't really like these scenarios. I mean, these are very difficult, so that's the only reason here. I mean, the only thing that we can do here is, you know, in a way, probably wait. If you want to try to maybe scalp something here, I mean, you could do, but then again, it's a very tight kind of situation here, so that's why it could drift a little bit lower. But for example, let me just quickly draw this one. For example, it could get stalled near this upside line, and then basically maybe it could reverse from here somewhere, or like I said, it might not even travel to this upside line. It could just start reversing earlier and push towards that 46.50 level marked by the highest point of August, near the 40, like I said, near that 46.50 level. But again, that's why for now probably I'll leave this one. I'll see what it wants to do. If it moves further below this the high of the 18th of September, and then also drops somewhere below this area here where today it found support. This is the high of the 9th of October, or in other words, the highest point of October, which is around the 43.54 level. If it drops below this, then yes, we could go for a bit of a larger correction here, but again, it's a very tricky situation here right now. Bitcoin, I talked about Bitcoin yesterday, and basically what I was looking at was a 4-hour chart, and what I was saying as well, that this could be a possible ascending triangle formation. So as you can see, we keep knocking on the door of this 888 level, which is the high of the 6th of November. We keep getting these little overshoots, but we're not really getting in that stronger move above it. So in other words, guys, for now, yes, I'm going to continue keeping an eye on this ascending triangle, and if we do get a nice push above this area, well, I mean, this would confirm again a forthcoming higher high, and more buyers could be joining in, and then we'll take it from there, guys. But yeah, for now everything is looking quite bullish here, but we need that confirmation break first, and then we could aim for those higher levels again. In terms of the downside, now previously I talked about the 15,077 level. Now we could probably start looking at the downside a little bit earlier if we get a drop not below yesterday's low, basically near the 15,292 level. And still, of course, yes, it could increase the chances for this crypto to move a little bit lower, but still be very careful, because we do have a bunch of upside lines here, all tentative of course, but nevertheless upside lines, so which could provide a bit of support. But for now, everything is kind of leaning a little bit more to the upside. So jumping into a few pairs, AUD USD. So guys, today, I'll get to the news later on. I mean, the news from UK. We got some data. But coming back to AUD USD. Now, I talked about this one yesterday. Basically, this week, I keep talking about this one, and basically, what I keep saying is that I need to see a daily candle staying either above the 0.7290 level or below the 0.7245 territory. For now, we're not really getting anything here, and yep, for now we keep getting these false breakouts, but it's just stuck here in this little tight range. So that's why for now I'm going to continue monitoring this situation here, and I'm still waiting for a nice violation of this 0.7290 level here on the upside, or the 0.7245 area on the downside. And as by violation, I mean the daily candle remaining outside of this little range. So again, for now we're not seeing that, so I'll take a neutral stand. USDJPY. So with the this pair. Now, Of course, first of all, let's see that let's say that this potential pattern here, this potential move here, and then this potential not potential, but this price structure on which we're seeing right now could be forming a possible bullish flag. Now, of course, on the other hand, we do have this downside line taken from the high of the 24th of March. So in other words, basically we're a little bit in the pickle here, and we're stuck and we cannot really do much, and we need that confirmation break. So in other words, if let's say if we're just looking at this as a potential bullish flag, then yes, normally what I would say here is wait for at least a push above this little level right here, the high, the yesterday's high near the 105.68 zone. And to be honest, that would work out perfectly, because if we push above this area, then at the same time it would also break this downside line, and this could lead to a change in the current trend, of course, and more buyers could be joining in, and everything could start looking quite positive for this pair. But again, for now, guys, we are where we are, and we're stuck here still below this downside line. So even if it travels higher, it might have a false breakout. But if we don't see the daily candle remaining above this area, I'm not really examining the upside here, guys. But if we get a nice strong move here, and let me just redraw this arrow here a little bit, and if we see a nice good drop below this hurdle right here, this 104.95 territory, now this is where it could become very exciting for more sellers, and further declines here could be possible. But at the moment, it's one of my favorite patterns here. But let's see if it's going to work out, and for that I would need to see a push above the 105.68 territory. GBPCHF. So the data, the pound British data came out a little bit on the downside, and by data I mean GDP numbers. So we had the preliminary figures as well, and basically the GDP month-on-month figure came out plus 1.1%, which kind of is not only below the forecast of 1.5, but also below the previous 2.1. And then let's say the year-on-year figure, that came out as a disappointment, although it came out better than the previous minus 21.5%. But it currently came out at minus 9.6. But still not a good result. I mean, all the numbers, all the GDP, and the Q-on-Q number as well, didn't really meet the forecast, and it came out below the forecast. Then we had the industrial production, which declined. Then manufacturing production also declined. So basically, not a lot of good data from UK, and it seems that the pound is kind of reacting to all that, and now we're seeing the slide here on GBPCHF. The pair, after kind of reaching this hurdle right here this week, the 1.2203 territory, it's now correcting back down. However, again, on the positive note, this move lower right now could be seen as a correction, because as long as it stays somewhere above this 200-day EMA, I will continue targeting the upside, guys. Even let's say even if we get a break below the below this 200-day EMA, then I will go for a bit of a larger correction to the downside. So this move lower could still be seen as a corrective move, because we're still trading above this short-term upside support line taken from the low of the 14th of September. So keep your eyes on that one. But again, for now, I'm keeping an eye on this potential idea where we could go for a bit of a larger correction here to the downside. If, for example, we draw the Fibonacci from the low of this week, let me just grab that Fibonacci very quickly. Where is it? There we go. Finally managed to get this one. So if we grab the draw Fibonacci from the low of this week and grab the high, we can see that yesterday, for example, we had a nice correction up until this 23.6% retracement on the Fibonacci. Now we're aiming for this as 38.2% retracement, and the 50% is just bang on near this 200-day EMA. So basically, for now, I'm going to target the 38.2% retracement. If it continues to slide, then of course, yep, all eyes are on that 200-day EMA and the 50% retracement on the Fibonacci, and then we'll take it from there. But again, for now, we're seeing this little correction. So let's see how far this correction can go. But like I said, for now, at this point in time, I'm aiming at this 38.2% retracement. Now Euro TRY. Okay, this is beautiful. Look, I've talked a lot about this pair, and basically yesterday the pair moved nicely below this area, below this 9.4691 level. I talked about this in my morning video. We were still hanging above here, above this area, and what I was saying, if we get a drop below this, then yep, it could open the door towards that 9.2048 level, and then we'll take it from there. So basically, the pair drifted further south. It ended up testing this area near the 9.12 zone, somewhere around here. This morning, we're seeing a bit of a corrective move here. Don't get me wrong, we might correct a little bit higher here, maybe even go back towards this 9.4691 level. And then, yep, we could take it from there. So we could see something like we had here on Tuesday, where on Monday we saw a sharp decline. On Tuesday was a nice recovery. Yesterday we had a nice decline again. Today we're having a nice correction again, so maybe we could see this candle staying today in the positive zone, maybe, like I said, traveling back to this 9.4691 area, where the pair could also meet the 21-day EMA, shown as the yellow line here. And then, yep, we will take it from there, because it could be quite interesting if it struggles to overcome this. Yep, another slide could be possible, another move lower could be possible, where we could start aiming for that psychological kind of 9 zone again. But if it breaks above this area and starts climbing above the yesterday's high here near the 9.6882 zone, now that's where we will probably aim for the upside again. I'm not gonna start aiming for new all-time highs, but basically then we could maybe consider a bit of an up move here towards the all-time high, which is roughly around here near the 10.20 zone, and then we'll take it from there, because who knows, maybe we'll have a nice double top here, but let's not rush into anything yet. So, jumping into another pair very quickly, Euro against the Japanese yen. So I talked about this one as a while ago, to be honest, and basically for now, at this point in time, what we're seeing here, it seems like a nice bullish flag. However, I'm not saying that this might reverse straight away here. It might drift lower. We have seen in the past with very extended kind of bullish flags, where the flag kind of continues moving to the right here, and kind of is a very prolonged one, and then we had a nice shoot to the upside. But again, for now, like I said, it might drift a little bit more to the downside, maybe test the 21-day EMA here, shown as the yellow line, and if it all provides good support, we could see a nice rebound and a push higher. Still, I will repeat what I said previously, that the more comfortable level for me is still this one, the 125.16. I would like to see a nice pop above this area, because this would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and more buyers could join in. If you want to be a little bit more, if you're a little bit more impatient, then we could start looking at this level, the 124.67. A nice good move above this, yep, could in a way kind of increase the chances for this pair to move towards the 125.16 level initially, and then a break of it could, yep, open the door towards further acceleration to the upside. Now, in terms of the downside, I would need to see it drop below the 123 territory before kind of examining slightly lower areas. And finally, EURUSD. So the messy pair, I mean, at the moment it seems like EURUSD is the messier one. For now, you can see that yes, it drifted it's kind of not, it didn't drift. I mean, it's stuck here near this 21-day EMA. So yesterday we had a slide, we had a drop below the 21-day EMA, and this is what I said yesterday in my morning video and my evening video, that wait for this daily candle, because again, or actually more in my evening video, wait for this daily candle to kind of let's say form, and let's see where the body of this daily candle is going to stay. It remained above the 21-day EMA, but below this hurdle, the 1.1787 territory that I spoke about previously. And for example, today we saw a nice push higher where this exact hurdle again provided good resistance. Now it took the role of resistance. So now the big question here is, can it actually drift further south? Because at the moment it seems like everything's kind of heading to that, and if we see, for example, DXY pushing heavily to the upside, then of course, yep, well, we could expect EURUSD popping, or not popping, but dropping heavily to the downside towards the lower side of this range, because at the moment, well, what we can say is that the pair is actually stuck in a range. So the range is roughly between the 1.1612 on the downside and the 1.1880 on the upside. So for now, in other words, we could see a move lower within the range, guys. So be very careful. Keep your eyes on the dollar index. I mean, keep your eyes on the news today as well. We do have the inflation figures from the US today, so keep your eyes on those. We have the initial jobless claims as well. So basically we do have a bit of data, and yep, we'll see how all that is going to play out. And of course we do have some data from the US in terms of oil related data, so check out the economic calendar, and yep, keep your eyes on WTI oil, which I'll pick up on in my trader's tea time today, and yep, and then like I said, we'll see how all this is going to play out. But for now, like I said, with the euro dollar, it's there is a good chance for this one to drift lower, but keep your eyes on the DXY. So I hope you found it useful, guys. I'll have to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I really appreciate your time, guys. I really do. I really thank you very much for joining in. I mean, I really, like I said, thank you very much. I hope you find these videos useful. If you want to catch my video later on, my trader's tea time, as always, 14:15 GMT. For now, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.